Hi guys, welcome to QIQ Part 2. So, there's been a lot of queues that I've worked on in the past by top queue makers from throughout the world. This queue is made by a relatively new queue maker from Thailand, which is making waves, I think, around the world as well as South Africa especially. And there's a few people in South Africa that punt these queues, this brand of queue. I blocked it out because I don't want to bring any disrepute to the brand itself. But I just want to point out that this queue has been sent to me from Kenya. Okay, so a person in Kenya, my distributor in Kenya, had this queue. And after I made him a queue, and after he received my queue, he sent me this queue to work on this queue because he says that this queue is nowhere close to my brand of queue, my Dominator queue. So he wants me to sort this queue out accordingly. So that is what I'm going to do. And from just this queue alone, right, there's quite a few things. And these queue makers make these mistakes quite often. If you look at the butt is thin. And then you've got a lot of meat coming from this point all the way up to the shaft until about that point there. And then once there, it tapers a bit more sharper towards the front. Now that's not good because it's putting too much pressure there, and the travel of motion or vibration doesn't flow throughout the queue evenly to get to your hand. It's a memory muscle connection or muscle memory connection, and ideally the transfer of power needs to flow from tip to your hand, and it will only do that if it's a gradual straight sort of piece of wood, and not narrow here, bulky here, and narrow there. And a lot of queue makers, a lot of top queue makers do that. So that's one of the things. The other thing is that I've worked on numerous queues from top queue makers throughout the UK as well as Thailand, and what the untrained eye cannot see is the fact that the shafts go in and out. There's humps and bumps within the shaft which are not really sightable that easily. So the way to sight it is look down the queue, close your one eye and turn it slowly, and you'll see variations within the shaft. It won't be a straight line. With Dominator queues, we give you a straight line, and that makes a world of difference when queue, because you're queuing in a straight line.